It's a new year, guys. Happy 2025, and we are beginning it in, yes, you ready? Try it. We are beginning it in Malaysia. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my journey to Malaysia. I had to go through Kenya, reached Kenya, checked out, then checked in again, and then boarded to Malaysia. So I think if you've been watching most of my videos, especially the travel videos, you could be wondering, what does this girl do that she has to travel this much? The answer is very simple. I work for God. Now, before I continue to explain, I want to tell you guys that I didn't know that Uganda was this close to Kenya. You know, I reached in the plane. Of course, I knew it was going to take us like 50 minutes to arrive. I sat and set up an alarm so that we don't land when I'm still sleeping. But guess what, guys? Can you imagine, by the way, setting an alarm on a plane, but we landed before it would even go off? So thank God I had woken up earlier, like maybe 20 minutes before we landed, but it was just going to be funny if I woke up and then the plane was already in Kenya. Oh God. Anyway, guys, let me now explain what I mean by I work for God, yeah? So in my second semester at university, someone shared with me the gospel, and I accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior. And by the time I finished university, I knew that God was calling me to serve Him as a full-time Christian worker, or you could say as a missionary. So immediately after campus, I joined Campus Crusade for Christ International. It's a global ministry that is in over 190 countries, and I'm sure that wherever you're watching me from, if you can actually tell me in the comment section, I'm going to tell you the name of our ministry in your country. In my country, Uganda, it is known as Life Ministry Uganda, and our work is very simple. We help people to know Jesus and make Him known. According to Matthew chapter 28, verses 18 to 20, where Jesus was telling His disciples to go out and make disciples of all nations. So whenever you see me travel, it is always work related, because there are so many programs that bring us together, like all the stuff from across the globe. We always have certain programs that bring us together. So when I went to Kenya, I had to go to Life Ministry Kenya offices. Yes, because I had lunch with some of my very amazing girlfriends from there. So we had scheduled to meet and then go out for lunch. But then also I was going to Malaysia with my colleague from here, like from Life Ministry Kenya. So I met them at the office. We went for lunch and then we traveled to his place, my colleague, to just freshen up and then take dinner. And then later at around 9 p.m, we went to the airport to start our journey to Malaysia. And Kenya is more like Uganda. And guys, I want you to note, just look at how Kenya is looking. And in a few minutes, I'm going to be showing you Malaysia. Guys, we were humbled. We praised God, we wandered, and we accepted that we are from Africa, and those guys are a little bit way beyond us, yeah. So when we reached at the airport, we didn't even take 20 minutes to check in. Like, it was empty, it was peaceful, and it was interesting. So our flight to Malaysia was 9 hours and 40 minutes. And I was glad it was at night, because guys, I've never slept this much on a plane, and I literally did not feel the 9 hours, because I slept, I woke up, slept, I had a book to read, tried to read it, and slept again. I woke up when they were telling us prepare for landing. It was amazing. It was like the smoothest flight I've ever had. So when we reached in Malaysia, my friend asked me, Edith, had you ever thought of going to Malaysia? And I said, no. The only countries I would ever think of maybe of visiting were our neighbors, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda. Like, if you're from a very deep village, how do you even start thinking about such countries? That's if you actually know that Malaysia is one of the countries on this earth. But I've come to understand that when you love God, when you serve Him, when you surrender your life to Him, He does things beyond your wildest imaginations. Anyway, so we found our driver waiting for us. I was actually texting with him on WhatsApp. These guys are legit. I was texting with him on WhatsApp, and by the time we arrived, turned on internet, and he was already waiting for us, and then he took us on a ride. Our hotel was about 2 hours away from the airport. So we had some very good optical nutrition because I looked at the buildings, I looked at the roads, I looked at the place, and I said, okay, yeah, I accept this place is nice. Like, look at that building, very tall. It looks like really, really amazing. And the fact that the place is like, it has many hills, it has many trees. It is really, really beautiful. And my colleague really made me laugh. He said, there are some places you go to and you even wonder if people have problems. Like you look at them and you're like, okay, now which problems do these people have really? We were even wondering whether this city has people. Like, they don't shout, they don't make noise, they don't hoot. These guys arrived. So one of the things that I really loved about Malaysia are the buildings. The buildings look magnificent. They are tall, and the apartments that are very, very tall. Look at that university, guys. It looked nice. Like, So the buildings really caught my attention because even the apartments where people are staying, they are so tall. In my country, most of them are like, a few levels. These ones go like up to the sky, and I was wondering, do they have like elevators? Anyway, I love buildings. Now, for people who know me, they know that I love houses. So these ones, they really, really caught my eye because they are really tall and magnificent. And then the road, guys, like traveling on a road, it's not like you're in a very posh car, but the road is like too smooth. You even like literally feel it. You're like, when did I last travel on such a road? Guys. And of course, the infrastructure is way up there because we're on some road, and the driver told us, like, we're on the third level of the third level road, if you know what I mean, because we're on the top one, then there was the middle road, and then there was another road down. Like, let's work hard. And that tall building, I need to Google and know what it is, but yeah, these guys are amazing. I appreciate it. I now know what outside countries looks like. Friends, being in a place like this, it can only be God. If you're from where I come from, it can only be God. And one thing, if you're watching me at this point, one thing I want to tell you is that just cling on God. He will give you the desires of your heart and much more. Just imagine all the desires of your heart. And believe me, He's going to give you more than you can never think of or imagine. All you need to do is to cling to Him and surrender to Him. Die to self and let Him live in you. Let Christ live in you. Because friends, God has incredible things in stock for us. But many times we let our fears, anxiety, our worries, the world, friends, ourselves, we let all those things hinder what God has in stock for us. And it never comes to reality. But the more we cling on Him, the more we surrender to Him, the more He fulfills His plans in our lives, because God knows the plans that He has for you. And you know what? Those plans are not to harm you, but those plans are to give you a future and hope. Those plans are to prosper you. Now, we don't know how God is going to prosper you. I'm not saying that when you surrender your life to Jesus, He's going to take you to South Korea, to USA, to Malaysia, and name it. No. For me, this has been, a bonus that God has given me to enjoy as I serve Him. I don't know what He has in plan for you. I don't know what He's planning to give you, but as long as you trust Him and wait on Him and surrender to Him, He's going to fulfill all those plans that He has. And we know that God's plans are the best we can ever experience in our lives. And trust me, guys, when God blesses you, it overwhelms you that sometimes you feel so shy about it. Trust me, like all these things that I've enjoyed, all these blessings God has given me, sometimes I feel so shy and I'm like, who am I? I don't even deserve all this. I shouldn't be traveling to such a beautiful country. I feel shy about it. It is so honoring and so embarrassing and so humbling. But that is our God. He will use you to showcase His glory, to showcase His power to the world. Because trust me, guys, if it was me, as Edith, I would never afford coming to this place. But because I have a God who owns all silver and gold, who is the creator of heaven and earth, of all things invisible and visible, because that is my God. That is how I'm able to enjoy these things, guys. Guys, see what Malaysia has done to me. It has brought out the preacher in me. But all I want to tell you, my encouragement is that do not give up. Do not lose hope. Keep focused on God. Keep trusting Him. Keep surrendered to Him. Each day of your lives, just surrender to God and He's going to bless you beyond your wildest imaginations. But remember, it is not on your terms, but on His terms. And of course, we finally reached our place. Escapes something. Yeah, this is where we're going to be for the next 10 days. A beautiful place, I must say. That definitely, I can never miss showing you my room, like ever. That is where I'm going to be. I'm waiting for my friend who's coming tomorrow. My colleague from Ghana will be sharing this room together. And that is going to be my view, looking at green. And I think I've always told you I love nature, so it's going to be beautiful waking up to that view every day. And after freshening up, we went for dinner. And guys, I had my first cultural shock when they brought my dinner. It had mukene, which I never eat in Uganda, with G-nuts, guys. Anyway, I'm going to tell you more about it tomorrow in my next video. Bye.